The Parkland High School Band, under the direction of Mr. Jason LaRue, will play the Parkland alma mater, followed by our national anthem. The words for your alma mater may be found on the second page of your commencement program. Christopher Whitaker, president of the class of 2009, will now make the presentation of the class key to Evan Crum, president of the class of 2010.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lessel. Good evening. As mentioned, my name is Chris Whitaker, and it has been my privilege to serve for 4 years as the president of the Parkland class of 2009. It is an honor and pleasure to be here with you this evening. I would like to start by thanking the administration at Parkland High School, as well as the Parkland School District members. It is your tireless service and generous donation of time and effort that makes this graduation ceremony the success it certainly is. Now to my fellow classmates. I would like to congratulate all of you for your hard work, as well as for your tremendous accomplishments during your stay at Parkland High School. I recall only 4 years ago, walking into class in the upper D wing as a freshman. Much has changed since then. I equally recall only 1 year ago, participating in this long-standing Parkland tradition, receiving this key to the school as part of the rising senior class. Now, I've been thinking about this key quite a bit recently, and what I might say about it. But it wasn't until Sunday's baccalaureate celebration when I listened to the words of encouragement given by Temple Bethel's Rabbi Reim, the father of one of our class's graduating seniors, that I understood what I wanted to say. So I scrapped my first speech so that I might speak about something of a little bit more importance. And that is time. Time. Each of us have some concept of this idea. Some of it is elementary. In a basic sense, we understand that it helps us dictate when we need to be at certain places or when we should perform certain functions. For the graduating seniors, there are several times that will be ingrained in our memories, whether we like it or not. Let me explain. 7:30 a.m., 15 minutes until classes begin. Underclassmen are in morning club meetings. Seniors are rolling out of bed. 7:45 a.m., the late bell rings and morning announcements from Parkland Morning News. At this point, most of us are still in the hallways, and now we get late slips. 7:51 a.m., this is a more difficult question. I see some confused looks in the audience. This is a difficult one. For those of you who do not know, this is when the class speaker, Alex Stein, rolls into first period. 2:58 p.m., dismissal bell. The next hall chase for the cup commences in the parking lot. 3:20 p.m., we arrive home safely. Well, not really. We're still in the parking gym in the lot, or we're serving time from our collection of late slips. Remember that 7:45 a.m. bell, Alex? Yeah, I thought you might. But time has some other distinct qualities which make it unique. For instance, time changes speeds. Sometimes it goes on forever. Take a silent study hall in C200. But sometimes it simply disappears. Take senior prom, sports seasons, concerts, plays, all of our extracurricular activities, or lunch. Another quality of time, it isn't fair. We don't all get equal amounts of it on this planet, and we have had to face the passing of students, faculty members, and family members who have left indelible marks on our lives. Along similar lines, time is particularly interesting in how unforgiving it is. Whether we decide to use it or not, it vanishes all the same. When I think about this key, I think about time. We as seniors were given the key only 1 year ago. The question is, what have we done with it? Well, quite a lot, actually. We've taken it from football games to tennis matches, from the diving well to the track, from the ball diamond to the ice arena. We've brought it to concerts, acted with it in plays, and donated it to others. We've sold it through Alex's lemonade stand, hung it in the Trojan Art Gallery, and suffered with it through many a standardized test. We've dined with it at the coffee house, crowd surfed with it in the Trojan Pack, and anchored with it on the news. It has been to foreign countries and presidential rallies, pack banquets and Mr. Parkland. It played in the band, debated in the finals, and gamed on school nights with the computer club. And as I just learned, it will be traveling with the baseball and softball teams to their respective state championship appearances later this week. This is just to name a few of the places that the key has been. It certainly has come a long way. Now, as I hand the key over to the rising senior class, the question becomes, what will you do with it? What will you make of your time with the key? Now, I warn you, you have some very large shoes to fill, actually about 789 pairs of them. But I'm confident that, as we were in the same position a year before, you will work with the same resolute sense of pride and duty that generations of PHS students have before you. To the rising seniors, to Evan Crum, the junior class president, now it is your turn. But tonight, PHS class of 2009, now is our time. And of all the qualities of this time, there is one thing that is my sincere hope that you never forget. And that is that time has infinite value. It is a clean slate, a future of immeasurable opportunity, and countless possibilities. I look forward to seeing what you do with it. Thank you very much for this time this evening.
I accept this key on behalf of the 2010 graduating class, and I hope that the 2009 graduating class succeeds and wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
A musical selection entitled In My Life will now be performed by the following seniors: Joshua Dietz, Stephen Dunmeyer, Patrick Fox, Brendan James, Cameron James, Caitlin Klingensmith, Tyler McLenithan, Megan Olson, Adrian Ross, Catherine Stahl, Patrick Van Kooten, and Alicia Varco. They are under the direction of Mr. Frank Anonia. Parkland High School has a tradition of choosing a senior speaker through a competitive process. Over a dozen talented seniors made the job of the selection committee a difficult one. This year's senior speaker is editor-in-chief of the school newspaper, co-captain of the debate team, president of the French Honor Society, president of the Political Science Club, and vice president of FBLA. He plans to attend Amherst College in the fall and major in political science. It is my pleasure to introduce this year's senior speaker, Mr. Alexander Stein.
Thank you, first of all, to Mr. Lessel and to my president for that charming shout out earlier. Friends, family, teachers, members of the administration, honored guests, and fellow graduates. It's an honor to be standing here and a privilege to be able to speak in front of so many people whom I admire and who have, in ways both tangible and intangible, given meaning not only to today's ceremony, but to my life and to the lives of my classmates. Parents, it's really only fitting to start by thanking you. After all, if not for you, my fellow graduates and I would quite literally not be here. So for the love and support you have shown us, for the countless times you warned us that failing to study for a certain exam would preclude us from achieving the very end we celebrate today, thank you. Today's accomplishment is yours as much as it is ours. Teachers, I can only speak from my own personal experience when I say that the strength of this school lies in you. Your passion both for the subjects and the students that you teach is admirable, and I would be remiss to reduce the effect you have had on each of our lives to just a few words. So instead, let me just say, on behalf of the 789 lives here assembled, that you have changed forever, we applaud you. But today, my fellow graduates, is about us. And so that is what I really want to talk about today. Us, our past, our present, and our future. And I want to do that in about 5 minutes, so please bear with me because we're going to move fast. To begin with, I want to take us all back to a dark time, a mysterious age before Harry Potter and Pokemon. I want to go back to a time when Bill Clinton was president, boy bands ruled MTV, and the Detroit Lions were in the NFL playoffs. Oh yes, my friends, I want to go all the way back to 1997. For it was on a September morning in that ancient year, more than 2/3 of our lives ago, that each of us took our first step toward today. I don't think any of us could fully grasp, walking into first grade classrooms in 7 very different elementary schools that morning, the adventures that awaited us, the friends to be made, the lessons to be learned, the experiences to be had. And though each of our adventures was, of course, unique, there are certain moments that we, as the Parkland class of 2009, have held in common. For better or for worse, these moments have become a part of our collective identity. We all remember that first day of school. We all remember how, in 3rd grade, we learned to write cursive. And we remember our teachers telling us that when we got to the high school, we would write every essay in that foreign language. Fortunately, the arrival of the computer prevented that hard vision from ever being realized. But we all remember in 4th grade, when they gave us these numbers to use as usernames on the computers, and they ended with the year of our graduation, 2009. We remember looking at that number and imagining what fantastic things that distant future would bring. I, for one, definitely thought I would be taking a jetpack rather than a car to today's ceremony. And while there are countless other experiences we all shared, there is really only one moment I want to talk about today. One September morning, during our 5th grade year, each of us boarded our bus or we got into our parents' car and we went to school. None of us could predict at that moment that the world we left when we put on our backpack and walked into class that morning would no longer exist when we returned to it at 3 o'clock that afternoon. On that fateful September morning, everything changed. And no matter how hard we tried, we could never go home again. Each of us has a unique memory of that day. Each of us remembers where we were sitting or what we thought or who told us. And those experiences are unique to each individual. And I would not try to reduce them to a single anecdote. So no, I don't want to talk about September 11th. I want to talk about the next day. I want to talk about September 12th. Because the world around us changed fundamentally between Monday and Wednesday of that week. What we saw on September 12th was something as awesome and as powerfully good as the evil we had witnessed the morning before. Suddenly, every house was decorated with an American flag. Suddenly, the petty differences that had dominated the news programs of our childhood disappeared. There were no more Democrats, there were no more Republicans, and all the world, it seemed, were Americans. Suddenly, the ideals we read about in our social studies textbooks, patriotism, empathy, charity, public service, they were no longer just words. They were real. We saw them in our parents, we saw them in our teachers. Everywhere we looked, we saw these ideas in action. And we began to understand what we, as a community, as a country, could be. But though the class of 2009 witnessed this sea change all around us, the world was not yet ours to change. We could listen to our parents talk about sacrifice. We could watch on TV as Americans left their homes and traveled to Washington, D.C. and New York City to help clean up and to help rebuild. We could watch as American soldiers and citizens from countries across the world left their home and traveled to faraway deserts to make the ultimate sacrifice for that intangible American cause. But we ourselves could not do these things. We were, after all, just 10 years old. Today, among other things, is about celebrating a transition in our lives from that experience. Today, we take one more step away from being the protected and toward being the protector. No longer can we expect to just reap the benefits of others who perform service and make sacrifices. Today, my fellow graduates, in one way or another, we are taking a step towards that much-hyped real world in which each of us will be expected to contribute. And I am here to tell you, my fellow graduates, that the real world we stand poised to inherit is no less scary. Its challenges are no less daunting, and its circumstances no less ambiguous than the world we woke up to on September the 12th. Our environment is changing, our economy is crumbling, and our way of life remains under attack by an array of enemies that run the gamut from foreign despots to swine. We live in a world that is not altogether dissimilar from the high school we are about to exit. Both of them are large, complex places. But in this vastness, there's opportunity. No longer does public service just entail donating to a large charity or working in a soup kitchen, and we learned that lesson here at Parkland. Some of us chose to serve early and directly by joining one of Parkland's many distinguished service clubs, but others of us chose another path. We got involved with different organizations. We joined guitar club or a debate team, or we played varsity soccer. And even as we moved in these divergent paths, we quietly converged around the ideal of serving. Slowly, and perhaps unintentionally, we each found a way to contribute. We taught little kids how to play guitar, we ran youth soccer clinics, and we hosted debate tournaments to benefit Habitat for Humanity. In short, we did not find service as much as service found us. Martin Luther King once said, "Everybody can be great because anybody can serve." You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and verb agree to serve. You only need a heart full of grace, a soul generated by love. These words articulate a lesson we learned during our time here at Parkland, that the true spirit of service results both from the passions of the heart and in the recognition that in this world, there are things worth fighting for. Today, we come to the end of our common journey. Up until this point, we have all traveled through the Parkland School District, propelled perhaps toward an uncertain end, but walking along a very defined path. Here that path ends, and we have emerged at a junction, from which countless roads extend in infinite directions. From here, we will go to colleges, we will join the workforce, and some of us will serve overseas. My wish for each and every one of us is that as we travel those divergent roads, we find something to be passionate about. Whether that's poverty, disease, inequality, or something more personal, does not matter. What matters is that when we find our passion, it leads us back to the knowledge we shared on September the 12th. The understanding that differences are not as important as commonalities, that service can be its own reward, and that for Americans, nothing is impossible. Because no matter how small our individual actions may seem, taken together, class of 2009, we have the power, and it follows, the responsibility to bend the immortal arc of history away from today's gathering storm and toward a brighter future. Congratulations, graduates, and good luck.
At this time, I would like to introduce the National Honor Society Award recipients in each academic discipline. Students, please stand when your name is called and remain standing until everyone is recognized. Audience, please hold your applause until the end. In art, Catherine Kemmerer. In business, Michael Martinez. In English, Gianna Walton. Family and Consumer Science, Emily Bowden. American Sign Language, Catherine Novak. Spanish, George Hayward. French, Nikitasha Agarwal. German, Jamie Laura. Social Studies, Brett Feldman. Orchestra, Zeke Francis. Band, Sarah Wascavage. Vocal music, Megan Olson. Mathematics, Christopher Busak. Science, Carrie Cowell. Technology education, Darpan Patel. Physical education, Richard Trevor Troxel. And vocational education, Brittany Sherman. Please be seated. This time, it is my pleasure to introduce the Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Louise Donahue, who will present the valedictorians and salutatorian of the class of 2009.
Good evening. Platform guests, school board directors, administrators, teachers, staff, parents, grandparents, relatives, and friends, and a special welcome to the class of 2009. I am so pleased to have this opportunity to deliver a message of congratulations and best wishes to our graduates. High school graduation is one of the major turning points in life. It marks the end of an era, but the dawn of a whole new and exciting stage. Tonight is all about celebrating memories of the past while holding great expectations for the future. You have arrived at a major milestone in your life. The next few years will consist of exciting choices and opportunities. Speaking to the parents here with us tonight, let me say that I understand all too well the mixed feelings that tonight can bring to the surface. This is such a joyful and yet bitter time for parents. Parenthood is the only job where, to succeed, we must basically make ourselves obsolete. We work so hard to raise our kids to be independent, but it can hurt a little as they begin to make their way out into the world. But we, of course, must learn to let them go. This can be an emotional time for graduates and their parents. This year's senior class has an amazing diversity of talent and a wide range of gifts. You are an accomplished group of graduates who have brought great pride and honor to Parkland in every area, from academics to the arts to athletics. You've made us very proud. We've achieved local, state, and national recognition because of your hard work and accomplishments. A ceremony such as a commencement provides a time to reflect. As you begin to move into the future, think about where you've been and what you've accomplished. If you want to reinvent yourself, the next few years will give you the chance to do just that. If you have any regrets that you did not pursue talents and abilities in high school, look to pursue them in college. If you're pleased with the record you've established, then build on your strengths. Following your passion in the future should be all about being true to yourself and your values. You know what's best for you. You have a chance to go out and show it. Make sure the goals that you set are yours alone. Many of you will travel far from home for study or work, but always remember your roots and where you came from. According to Kofi Annan, former Secretary General of the United Nations, moving through life and making choices truly do go hand in hand. To live is to choose, but to choose well, you must know who you are and what you stand for, where you want to go, and why you want to get there. As you think about what you want to do with your life's work, what career or vocation you want to pursue, think about doing something that will bring you contentment and joy. Life is too short to end up doing something that you do not enjoy as a career. If possible, think about giving back to the community in some way. I can pretty much guarantee that the path to your future is not going to be a straight line. You will stumble, you will make mistakes. We all do. Learn from your missteps and continue to pursue your future and your dreams. I wish that I could find a way to wrap up all the love and support that is present here tonight. The people who care about you are gathered together with such a sense of pride to honor you and wish you well. Graduation is the perfect opportunity to thank your parents for all they have done and will do for you. From elementary through middle school and high school, thank your teachers and your administrators, your coaches and your advisors. They've guided you and they've facilitated your learning. They deserve to share in your success. Tell them how much you appreciate all that they've done over the years. In many, many ways, you are a product of your past, of your parents and your siblings, your relatives and your friends, the environment and the community you grew up in. So in between celebrating your graduation and contemplating your next steps into the future, take a moment or two to remember how you reached this point tonight and all of the people and experiences that brought you here. To the class of 2009, warmest congratulations for all you've accomplished here at Parkland High School. Heartfelt thanks for all that you did to make Parkland the outstanding high school that it is. I hope you'll cherish the memories and carry them with you as you venture out into the world to pursue your hopes and your dreams. Thank you and good luck. It is now my pleasure to announce that the class of 2009 will recognize co-valedictorians. It is my honor to introduce the first of this year's co-valedictorians, Christopher Busak. Christopher, if you would please stand. Chris is a member of the National Honor Society, the National Math Honor Society, and the Spanish Honor Society. He played football for 2 years and volleyball for 4 years and was selected as captain of the varsity boys volleyball team. Chris was a member of the Pals Club for 4 years and served as vice president this year. He's a 4-year member of the Explorer Post. Chris earned the National Honor Society Award of Scholastic Achievement in Mathematics. He attained a 4.9167 grade point average and scored 2140 on the Scholastic Aptitude Test, including a perfect score of 800 on the Math SAT and the SAT subject test in math. Chris plans to attend Duke University in the fall, where he will pursue a pre-med program. The son of Annette and Frank Busak, it is my great pleasure to present Christopher Busak, co-valedictorian of the class of 2009. It is my honor to introduce our next co-valedictorian, Aaron M. Levick. Aaron, if you would please stand. Aaron was a member of the soccer team for 4 years and track for 2. He was involved with the Leo Club for 4 years and a member of the debate team for 2 years, serving as co-captain this year. Aaron is a National Honor Society member and a member of the National Math Honor Society and the French Honor Society. He is a 4-year member of the French Club, this year serving as vice president. He participated in the PA Math League for 4 years. Aaron is the founder and the president of the Exploring Careers Club in Engineering. Aaron is a National Merit Finalist and Scholarship recipient and received the American Association of Physics Teachers Outstanding Student Award. Aaron also attained a 4.9167 grade point average and scored 2270 on the Scholastic Aptitude Test, including a perfect score of 800 on the Critical Reading SAT. Aaron plans to attend Cornell University and major in physics. The son of Doctors Mary and Donald Levick, it is my pleasure to introduce as co-valedictorian for the class of 2009, Aaron M. Levick. It is my pleasure to introduce this year's salutatorian for the Parkland High School class of 2009, Christopher Whitaker. Chris, would you please stand? Chris is a 4-year member of the track team and participated in cross country for 2 years. Recently, he was named the Lehigh Valley Scholar Athlete in cross country. He is a member of the National Honor Society and the National Math Honor Society. Chris participated in the PA Math League. Chris is a talented musician participating in the jazz band and the concert band for 4 years. He served on the Student Senate as well. Chris has been the president of the class of 2009 for 4 years. He has achieved Eagle Scout Award and remains active in the Scouts. He is a dedicated volunteer with his church as well as the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Chris is the recipient of this year's Donnelly Award for Excellence, as well as the Cohen-Feely Best of the Best Scholarship. He received the Community Service Award from the Exchange Club of Western Lehigh and is a National Merit Commended Student. Chris attained a 4.902 grade point average and scored 2210 on the Scholastic Aptitude Test. Chris plans to attend Duke University and major in Economics and International Relations. The son of Deborah and Harold Whitaker, it is my pleasure to present Christopher Whitaker, salutatorian of the class of 2009. Thank you and congratulations.
Tonight, we bid farewell to 789 graduates and 1 outstanding principal. For the past 8 years, Mr. Richard Snizak has served the students, faculty, and parents of Parkland High School with dedication, integrity, and compassion. We wish him well as he accepts the challenges of his new role as Assistant Superintendent. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our principal, Mr. Richard T. Snizak, to present the class of 2009.
Thank you, Mr. Lessel, and good evening. Prior to presenting the class of 2009, I would like to pay tribute to retiring members of our staff. 1 administrator and 3 members of our high school faculty will have retired with the conclusion of the 2008-2009 school term. On behalf of the students over the past 4 decades, special thanks to Mr. Richard Fatzinger, Director of Athletics, Mr. Scott Bowers, Latin teacher, Mr. Robert Grecian, Social Studies teacher, and Mr. Glenn Hoffman, Science teacher. As they embark on this new phase in their lives, we wish each of them good health and much happiness in their retirement years. Congratulations. Thank you to all our Parkland teaching staff and administration. A special thanks to Mr. Harrison Bailey, Mrs. Jane Barthold, Mr. Howard Lessel, Mr. Tony Naradko, and Mrs. Donna Steckel for organizing this evening, and to Mr. Eric Roberts, Mr. Richard Fatzinger, Mr. John Pfeiffer, Mrs. Teresa Stack, and Mr. Mark Stutz for organizing so many opportunities for these students. Thanks to our superintendent, Dr. Louise Donahue, and to the members of the Parkland Board of School Directors for their direction and support. Finally, I wish to thank our students, faculty, staff, administration, parents, and community members of the Parkland School District for the tremendous support I've received during my tenure as principal of Parkland High School. I know that the memories of the past 8 years will remain with me in the days ahead. I am most proud of all the accomplishments our students have achieved throughout the years in academics, in career and technical education, in visual and performing arts, and in athletics. Our school is widely recognized among the best in advancing student achievement, and to have contributed to this cause, however small my role, gives me the greatest of pleasures. I am thankful and honored to have served as your principal. At this time, Mr. Robert Bold, President of Parkland Board of School Directors, I'm happy to certify that these members of the Parkland High School class of 2009, appearing before you this evening, have met the requirements for graduation as established by the Pennsylvania Department of Education and the Parkland Board of School Directors. I am most pleased to present them to you.
Thank you, Mr. Snizak. On behalf of the Parkland Board of School Directors and the Parkland community, I with pride and pleasure accept the class of 2009. We also wish to take this time to congratulate you on all your accomplishments during your school years, and especially the one achieved tonight, graduation. Best wishes to all of you.
First row up, first row up. Okay. Christopher Whitaker.
Brian Knaus.
Christopher Busak.
Megan Stieber.
Aaron Levick.
Andrew Hain.
Alexander Stein.
Emily Dennett.
Caitlin Klingensmith.
Alex Gardner.
Joshua Dietz.
Alexis Adams.
Megan Olson.
Your mother loves you.
Robert Abraham.
Stephen Dunmeyer.
Niktasha Agarwal.
Adrian Ross.
Tom Acker.
Patrick Fox.
Michelle Ahrens.
Catherine Stahl.
Robert Adams.
Brendan James.
Aziza Allah.
Alicia Varco.
Miguel Alvarez.
Cameron James.
Amanda Jean Albert.
Megan Anderson.
Patrick Van Kooten.
Tyler McLenathan.
Kaylin Anderson.
Lauren Angelini.
Michael Andrew.
Alloway Aprella.
Taylor Aretz.
Michaela Ashmar.
Parth Ashar.
Matt Arnold.
Marissa Bannon.
Yasmin Awadallah.
Ian Baker.
Brent Beatty.
Jessica Barnes.
Alicia Barnes.
Ryan Bammert.
Sean Baker.
Claire Bartholomew.
Rebecca Barone.
Nathan Bath.
Mark Baskin.
Sarah Ann Becker.
Chelsea Bashi.
Daniel Bekta.
Greg Bonnock.
Ronnie Burson.
Erica Balinky.
Colin Beck.
Thomas Robert Bile.
Shade Blanco.
Hannah Marie Binder.
Yusuf Belhaj.
Derek Jeffrey Beisel.
Marianne Bostic.
Kelsey Elizabeth Bonsell.
Jeremy Berg.
Armand Anthony Benacasa.
Rochelle Bauer.
Emily Jean Bowden.
Jared Bilsack.
Christopher Paul Berner.
Erica Bradish.
September Bricali.
Garrett Blyler.
Devin Blake.
Lauren Broski.
Kirsten Brobst.
Timothy Bott.
Jonathan Bortz.
Paige Buck.
Taylor Burke.
William Brace.
Ryan Branch.
Jessica Carnahan.
Blythe Caracacholo. Can I get it? No.
Jack Briner.
John Branton.
Talia Carrero.
Angelica Carasquia.
Timothy Brubaker.
Evan Brown.
Rachel Carson.
Victoria Carroll.
Kyle Butts.
Daniel Burke.
Priyanka Chowdhury.
Maria Cardolano.
Joe Kalpis.
Alex Caballero.
Jenna Chromiak.
Lauren Chrisman.
Carrie Chow.
Dominic Cancrow.
Jessica Chabenko.
Brittany Clark.
Paul Caramucci.
Thomas Carfagna.
Catherine Corcoran.
Dana Clark.
Brandon Carroll.
Jeremy Karam.
Emily Cox.
Michaeline Cosgrove.
Mark Cicchini.
Sean Case.
Melissa Cruz.
Sarah Coyle.
Dan Chrisman.
Cody Chapkovic.
Chelsea Czar.
Elizabeth Chakowski.
Jaleel Clark.
Joey Sincilla.
Lauren Dalrymple.
Emily Sizik.
Walker Clark.
Kevin Chapman.
Melissa Damiani.
Christine Dax.
Patrick Klaus.
David Kaufman.
Amber Deppin.
Kristen Dennison.
Vincent Calora,
Drew Cohen,
Michelle Deans,
Kyle DeSandis Moyer,
Bert Koss,
Zachary Cope,
Elizabeth DiGregorio,
Katie Dietrich,
Michael Costigan,
Johann Koss,
Kelsey Doble,
Ashley Dilcher,
Jared Kramer,
Tommy Cowan,
Casey Dubow,
Aaron Dowd,
Tom Crowther,
Nick Cross,
Jennifer Edwards,
Allison Ailey,
Jose Cruz Zayas,
Brian DeLucio,
Casey Fager,
Salma El Ashri,
Doug Danner,
Dylan Danko,
Farah Fazl,
Jamie Farley,
Jonathan D'Antuano,
Seth Danner,
Aaron Federko,
Elizabeth Fedak,
Brandon Davis,
John De Silva,
Casey Fennel,
Kirsten Fegley,
Nicholas DeLuca,
William Davis,
Lindsay Fisher,
Anna Fayada,
Douglas Dickert,
Tyler Deutsch,
Amanda Folk,
Leah Fries,
Brian Dietrich,
Chris Doherty,
Rachel Fuhrer,
Olivia Frisch,
John Dreisbach,
Brandon Dornblazer,
Sarah Ferber,
Brittany Fulop,
Nathan Eberhardt,
Brendan Durishan,
Rosanna Gambino,
Emily Gagliardi,
Brandon Eckhart,
Derek Ebert,
Sarah Gareka,
Aaron Gainey,
Stephen Erdman,
Jordan Ettinger,
Elizabeth Gilmore,
Ashley Garancher,
Barry Evans,
Jeremy Estremera,
Kara Gimbor,
Ashley Glick,
Rob Evans,
Bobby Failer,
Carissa Graver,
Meg Goff,
Brett Feldman,
Kevin Favory,
Katie Gross,
Maggie Green,
Joshua Fisher,
Joshua Finn,
Lauren Gooder,
Ariel Granovic,
Zeke Francis,
Matthew Fox,
Tanya Haldeman,
LaRose Hayshar,
Matt Frederick,
Cody Frederick,
Tegan Hanlon,
Ashley Ham,
Alan Fritzinger,
Curtis Fritchman,
Kate Hardiman,
Cassandra Hartzell,
John Funk,
Thomas Funt,
Rebecca Hausman,
Kayla Hassler,
Nicholas Gockenbach,
Jonathan Gabriel,
Rebecca Heisler,
Alyssa Hebel,
Jamad Gardner,
out here, huh? Frank Galarza,
Kaina Henry,
Jessica Heist,
Andre Gavrilesco,
Luke Gaspar,
Leanna Herring,
Melissa Starr Hernandez,
Stephen Janesco,
Ryan Geiger,
Ariel Hess,
Joel Herzog,
Jared Gibson,
Devin George,
Ariana Hines,
Kala Hirsch,
Matthew Gill,
Daniel Gilbert,
Sarah Holko,
Emily Holko,
Matthew Gillette,
Gregory Gilbert,
Nicole Horvath,
Megan Holtsafer,
Jeff Gadowski,
Nicholas Chisolfi,
Tiffany Hunsicker,
Nicole Hudak,
Anthony Gould,
Stephen Golden,
Sari Israel,
Kristen Imdorf,
Sam Green,
Zachary Graves,
Jennifer Jacoby,
Brandy Jackson,
Mitchell Greenwood,
Stephen Green,
Stacy Jager,
Sarah Jagiella,
Giuseppe Grella,
Brett Grimm,
Kelsey Johnson,
Anna Johnson,
Anthony Garinowicz,
Justin Grimm,
Rashida Kamal,
Catherine Kahn,
Chris Guth,
Manny Gurushankar,
Sarah Kaskowitz,
Fatima Kanji,
Anthony Guzzi,
Travis Guth,
Avery Keller,
Alicia Kettle,
Zach Haddad,
Kyle Haberbosch,
Lauren Kelly,
Julie Kelly,
Brett Hagenauer,
Diab Hadid,
Casey Kemmerer,
Catherine Kemmerer,
Lucas Hannon,
William Hansford,
Megan Coley,
Kayla Kester,
Stephen Hausman,
Christopher Hardesty,
Valerie Kinker,
Haley Kimmock,
Joshua Heft,
George Hayward,
Aaron Cuck,
Grace Knotek,
Andrew Hine,
Joshua Heil,
Jesse Crazley,
Gabrielle Kalitzko,
Daryl Hurrod,
Ian Heist,
Rochelle Kranick,
Hannah Kraus,
Nathan Hines,
Nicholas Herdia,
Alyssa Kresge,
Anne Marie Krulik,
Wayne Hodge,
Parker Horvath,
Samantha Kurlander,
Kelsey Kumernitsky,
Tyler Hauk,
Kyle Hauk,
Brittany Lafar,
Shannon Kuzma,
Joel Howard,
Gregory Houlihan,
Justina Lambert,
Amanda Lon,
Jake Hurley,
Daniel Huber,
Tatum Lawrence,
Tanya Lauer,
Dan Incalcaterra,
Daniel Ibrahim,
Julia Levin,
Catherine LaBeouf,
Kevin Jagelski,
Corey Ireland,
Megan Lewis,
Megan Lichtenwalner,
Luke Jandal,
Pat Jarrett,
Brittany Lynn,
Christine Lever,
Scott Jesberger,
Kane Jenkins,
Denise A. Lopez,
Amy Lipman,
Mitchell Jones,
Justin John,
Laura Ludwig,
Jamie Laura,
Nisar Joshi,
Steve Jones,
Megan Lyons,
Wei Lai,
Besfort Camberai,
Nicholas Kale,
Carissa Mace,
Carly McConnell,
John Keck,
Dimitri Caritas,
Stephanie Machado,
Alyssa McGee,
Sean Kuiper,
Eric Kemmerer,
Jamie Melandra,
Ashley Makitz,
Jordan Kuehler,
Scott Kern,
Panagiata Mantasis,
Leanna Mandel,
Brian Kiernan,
Charles Kiska,
Catherine K. Marshall,
Jacqueline Marks,
Matthew Kilmer,
John Kilman,
Christine Alden Mays,
Abigail Masonheimer,
Noah Kirshner,
Richard Kilpatrick,
Amanda McCabe,
Brianna Mazalewski,
Jason Kleekan,
Kent Jenkins,
Paige McFarland,
Christy McKeever,
Daniel Clem,
John Kleinfelter,
Kelsey Merbadone,
Isabel Marie McKinnery,
Evan Nutilla,
Dennis Klusaritz,
Caitlin McKitka,
Sky Michael,
John Cuck,
Garrett Cuck,
Alexandria Moni,
Ashley McCulchick,
Ryan Kerp,
Alexander Konya,
Cindy Munsami,
Shannon Moore,
Tom Kostelnik,
Dan Kaczynski,
Beth Morrow,
Emily Moran,
Michael Koza,
James Koval,
Jamie Motzko,
Anna Mushreff,
Jacob Krawick,
Alex Crisco,
Brittany Moyer,
Jehan Mustafa,
Peter Kuchai,
Sam Kaharchek,
Fernanda Murillo,
Ann Mulhern,
Andrew Culp,
Dustin Coons,
Erica Murphy,
Michelle Murillo,
Luke Landgraf Kimball,
William Culp,
Scarlett Murphy,
Catherine Murphy,
Tyler Lightgeb,
Kevin Leindecker,
Kelly Muth,
Sarah Mussolino,
Malcolm Lewis,
Richard Lesmeister Jr.,
Shannon Nelson,
Emily New,
Michael Lilly,
Adam Liskonich,
Haley No,
Allison Nichols,
Brandon Long,
Chris Locke,
Marielle O'Connor,
Catherine Novak,
Alex Macri,
Angel Luna,
Janine Olenwine,
Kayla Ole,
Jahad Mahmood,
Zachary Magnata,
Quinn Patton,
Chiari Orsini,
Wesley Makitz,
Matthew Mahurin,
Keir Patel,
Amy Patel,
Dave Makovsky,
Ryan Mayer,
Roshni Patel,
Tori Pepper,
Tyler Marinucci,
David Martin,
Kayla Persichetti,
Mindra Perez.
Anto Martinovich.
Michael Martinez.
Jordan Peters.
Brittany Peters.
Troy Marks.
Donato Martucci Roberts.
Elisa Pevsner.
Natasha Peters.
Michael Matulowicz.
Donnie Mason.
Emily Phillips.
Sarah Fenning.
Cameron McConnell.
Grant Mauger.
Kylie Polzer.
Jessica Phillips.
Liam McElroy.
Jason McDonald.
Olivia Polzer.
Susan Nicole Posh Tafuri.
Connor P. McKenna.
Cameron McNeil.
Caitlin Premich.
Catherine Pasako.
Matthew Makalajczyk.
Abi Mehta.
Samantha Pudliner.
Maria Probasco.
MJ Miorelli.
Clinton Miller.
Samiha Kerveshi.
Tiffany Coons.
Gregory Menard.
Nicholas Moltner.
Finally, Anastasia Reed.
Karen Rama.
Zachary Moyer.
Trevor Morgan.
Alexis Rapasso.
Gabrielle Reinhart.
John Musiano.
Matt Muir.
Marissa Ryback.
Justine Rios.
Usman Mohammed.
Justin Muser.
Kayla Robertson.
Kelsey Ritter.
Michael Neal.
Ali Nasser.
Sarah Roller.
Denisha Robinson.
Zui Wen.
Andrew Nemeth.
Carly Russo.
Elizabeth Rosenwasser.
J.D. Nushki.
Alan Nist.
Stephanie Sam.
Sarah Saeed.
Matthews Ogleary.
Keith O'Connor.
Jen Santa.
Tiffany Samuel.
Dan Olenek.
Ryan O'Leary.
Eunice Santiago.
Ashley Shire.
Alex Anushko.
Carlos X. Orellana.
Casey Schmoyer.
Virginia Schlaffer.
Dennis Osticken.
Corey Oswald.
Amanda Schofield.
Jessica Shanin.
Raj Parikh.
Samuel Palumbo.
Alexandria Sedlock.
Melissa Schuster.
Jonathan Park.
Jason Park.
Melissa Scherer.
Rachel Sell.
Vishank Patel.
Darpan Patel.
Taylor Schill.
Brittany Sherman.
Sam Payros.
Nicholas Petrageorge.
Bethany Shope.
Christina Siegel.
Douglas Poole.
Tyler Potesny.
Michaela Silkworth.
Leah Simendinger.
Congratulations. Jonathan Ramos.
Corbin Price.
Ashley Marie Simpson.
Lindsay Simmock.
Julian Reed.
Tyler Ranth.
Elizabeth Skinker.
Melissa Saravo.
John Lee Reese.
Yokai Raim.
Megan Smith.
Jordan Smith.
Christopher Rameli.
Jordan Rameli.
Lauren Snizak,
Samantha Smith,
Joshua Rex,
Avi Remitz,
Delaney Snyder,
Samantha Solomon,
Justin Ringer,
John Rivera,
Monica Stikowski,
Jacqueline Sorg,
Stephen Rosen,
Kenneth Roposh,
Megan Stanley,
Helen Stanley,
Leonard Salinas,
Tyler Sager,
Emily Stein,
Amanda Stefanko,
Rafael Sankari,
Alex Salter,
Allison Michelle Stetler,
Sarah Steinagel,
Daniel Soares,
Mark Saraceno,
Deanna Stinner,
Kendra Stevenson,
Jared Scheffler,
Brandon Lee Shantz,
Shayna Stokes,
Camilla Stone,
Noah Scattini,
Kyle Schlosser,
Catherine Stull,
Lauren Strella,
Matthew Scott,
Andrew Schwepfinger,
Sarah Swartz,
Brittany Sutter,
Devin Sire,
Stephen Sebastianelli,
Bianca Tang,
Chelsea Tallhelm,
Akash Sharma,
Joseph Sell,
Tracy Temprine,
Morgan Taylor,
Mike Shemansky,
John Shatta,
Lauren Thomas,
Cassandra Tanalia,
Elliot Shepard,
Chen Hao Shen,
Sequina Thomas,
Rebecca Thompson,
Theodore Earl Shepard III,
Ali Sherbini,
Kayla Titus,
Island Tinyar,
David Siegel,
Kyle Siegfried,
Albana Tolaj,
Kayla Toborowski,
Jeremy Smith,
Jordan Silberg,
Grace Tom,
Denise Tolaj,
RJ Smith,
Jody Smith,
Amy Totenberg,
Ariane Torres,
Muhammad Ali Sunashra,
Sebastian Solov,
Vivian Zhu,
Twee Tron,
Patrick Stevens,
Ryan Steigerwalt,
Erin Marie Ulrich,
Ellen Underwood,
Ernie Stigler,
Mike Stroll,
Jennifer Vadas,
Whitney Eunice,
Matt Sundahl,
Jonathan Suarez,
Corey Van Hecken,
Molly Van Brakel,
Matt Schuett,
Mike Sweeney,
Jenny Vasilik,
Kathleen Van Sloan,
David Tench,
Victor Tang,
Naomi Venizelos,
Carrie Vasallo,
James Thackeray,
Leonardo Teutonico,
Haley Wagstaff,
Anna Vishnevetsky,
Mitchell Theory,
John Thielen,
Kayla Waltzer,
Gianna Walton,
Nathan Thomas,
Ian Tomshow,
Shelley Wampole,
Joyce Wong,
Shirag Tilva,
Kyle Tomsix,
Sarah Waskavich,
Abigail Weldner,
John Torak,
Christopher, right? Christopher Trailer,
Taylor Wenner,
Ashley Werkheiser,
Eric Troutman,
Trevor Troxel,
Allison Wetzel,
Jordan Willie,
Troy Turner,
Logan Van Horn,
Megan Wiley,
Katie Zyko,
Sean Vasquez,
David Von Funk,
Haley Zack,
Julia Zucchini,
Andrew Wagaman,
Dave Wallace,
Catherine Zelios,
Anastasia Zelios,
Adam Ward,
Mitchell Walter,
Yunfan Zhang,
Hillary Zellner,
Joseph Wormkessel,
Jonathan Ward,
Amanda Zinni,
Shannon Zimmerman,
Stephen Ware,
Nathan Warnke,
Vera Zorkina,
Teresa Zobel,
Jarrett Wendling,
Michael Weinert,
Jeff White,
Ryan Weston,
Justin Williams,
Brandon Wilds,
Edge Wilson,
Mark Winkelspeck,
Bryce Winteroff,
Ryan Worth,
Justin Whitty,
William Wolf,
Matthew Wolfson,
Winston Wong,
Brendan Woodbridge,
Richard Woodham,
Nathan Wynoski,
Dawson Yakel,
Tyler Young,
Graham Younger,
Kyle Uditsky,
Sam Zaccaro,
Mike Zalewski,
Austin Zalek,
Devin Ziegenfuss,
Dan Zosky,
Eric Zuber, excuse me. Jared Young, Joel Reyes, on behalf of the Board of School Directors, administration, faculty, and staff, congratulations, best wishes, and good health to the graduates of the class of 2009. Our program's over. There's inclement weather outside. Congratulations.